Character I did for 4 years as Mr. Metal, because I write my own music and I'm a passionate metal guy, and so I then ended up portraying one that was very crazy in that passion and very noisy and would scream and shout and carry on.
My character's name is Harley Hyde, but my character is very much like a nice gooey mix between Harley Quinn and the Joker. My character just loves to cause pain. She has felt so much pain for so much of her life, and she finally gets to dish a little bit of that back. So I'm one of the female wrestlers that doesn't take people's crap.
When I first started, I actually had no last name at all. It was just Ryan, and then eventually people started calling me Big Boy. I walk around and I just throw people around like a nothing.
It was The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, and I remember The Undertaker's won the match, Shawn's on the mat, it's all done and dusted, and all of a sudden the lights drop out, and Kane makes his big fucking debut, rips the Hell in a Cell door off its hinges and comes in and tombstones his brother. It's the coolest thing.
Well, I've been watching professional wrestling since I was 12, me and my brother. Always had the thought of doing it. He got involved before I did because I was trying to form a band at the time. And it didn't go well. I saw my brother's first match and I asked myself, why the hell aren't I here as well?
It was my brother who got me into wrestling originally. My dad would always record VHS tapes and stuff. So my brother, he used me as his dummy, so to speak, when he would, just do moves on me onto mattresses, sometimes not on mattresses. It was great.
I actually had a friend that was a trainee here at the time, and for about 3 or so years I came here to this very building and was watching him do matches. And eventually he was just like, why don't you come on down? And although it was probably the most painful 2 days of my entire life, it was probably the best 2 days of my life, because I've been here for just over 3.5 years now, and there's nowhere I'd rather be.
I was just always overcome with the spectacle of it, because I've always wanted to be an entertainer. But then there's also the physical aspect of it as well, which I was always into. Some people don't have a full-on character. I just find it's really just myself, but just turned it all the way up.
It's very mentally taxing, it's very emotionally and physically taxing, but the rewards of being out in front of a crowd and being able to share the things that you love with a crowd and having them invested in that is one of the best feelings in the world. Sometimes you rock up to a training session, you're not in the right headspace to be training. Being able to get into that ring, get into a whole new headspace, sometimes you really just have to flip that switch and become your character in order to get through a training session. It really does demand your complete and full focus, because if you're worried about things outside of this building, that's when people can get really hurt.
I'd say the biggest misconception about professional wrestling is that because it's worked, and I won't say fake because it's not fake, people get hurt. Everyone gets hurt. I've been injured several times, seriously injured. I broke my C5 and C6 in my neck. The thing that I tell myself is that doesn't happen every day, but I'm still going to walk out of the match like it's a small car accident.
My entire identity from the time I was, say, 18 to the time I was 30 years of age was being a pro wrestler. And, it was a very selfish pursuit. I spent months and months and months on end away from home. I spent a lot of our money traveling internationally and trying to get my name out there, trying to crack that WWE tryout. Due to the fact that we are just so far away from the rest of the world, we have to be a really special type of athlete, a really special type of professional wrestler. I feel like this next generation definitely have their work cut out for them. So my hope is that they just have that extra bit of grit and determination to really stay in the journey, because it's a long, long journey to get there.